our Bronco is topless. Let's hit the road, or should I say the off-road. What's up guys, it's Tuesday from Supercar Blondie, and behind me is the most powerful Bronco out there. This is the new Ford Bronco Raptor. So in my opinion, this is definitely the biggest and the baddest Bronco they have out there. I mean, just look at the front. Instead of the Bronco grille, we now have the massive Ford grille, and the intake is just really big. But the upgrade that we have are the lights. Instead of the white lights that you'd normally get, these are now custom orange lights only for this model. Have a look at these. So this is the fog light, but this one, let me just take this off. That is actually the off-roading light, and it's illegal to have it on the road, which is why you need to cover it up. How cool is that? So we've got our skid plate here. The skid plate is massive, which definitely means that this guy is made for off-roads. Now, talking about off-roads, check this out. We've got a camera here, and the reason it's facing down is because when you're off-roading, crawling over rocks and stuff, you can't actually see the ground. So you need this camera to show you where you're going. Now, this car is so big that legally they need these 3 marker lights in the front, but not only that, they need to have these lights. Now, it's not only the orange one in the front, but it's actually another red one at the back so that other cars can see you on the road. It's almost like an airplane that needs kind of that light when it's flying over, and there's like really tall buildings need that light so that other airplanes can see. Like, that is how big this car is. And talking about being big, have you seen these tires? I swear to God, they're like almost half of my size. These are 37-inch wheels. Now, these guys come standard with the Bronco Raptor, and I don't think I've ever heard of 37-inch tires coming standard with cars. For the old Bronco model, it was 35 inches, and for the F-150, you could get it as an optional extra, but these guys come standard, and I promise you, you feel it when you're driving. I swear, I thought that if I rode over a car, it would just be like a little bump, and it'll just get stuck in my wheel as I keep going. So if you see someone driving this car, be careful, you might be stuck under their wheel. Another thing I want to show you is our removable step. Now, obviously, when you're rock crawling, you can't have this step here, so it actually can be removable. But the really cool thing is, this car has different bolts all the way around it, and when you see them saying Bronco on them, it means that you can actually take it out and customize your car and fit it out exactly the way that you want it. Now, another thing that can be taken out is this. The fender extension on the old Bronco, you could actually like clip out and stuff. This one is bolted in. So instead of being able to take it out, what you can do is remove this little panel over here. And if you come closer, it says accessory ready. So I'm really intrigued to see what kind of accessory we can put on this car. Moving to the back of the car, if you couldn't see how big this 37-inch wheel is, this is it, the spare wheel right over here. We've got a camera coming out the back on this side, but because this wheel is just so big, when I was driving it, I felt like it kind of blocked my view, and if there was a car behind me, I couldn't actually see them properly. So they've had to actually extend these lights because the wheel is so big, and so that other cars can actually see them on the road. Right next to it in this black box, oh my gosh, this is one of the best things that they did. This is actually, let me see if I can get the word. It is blind spot radar technology. I hope I got that right. And this actually puts a little orange light on the mirror so that if there's a car behind you, because you get so many blind spots with this car being so big, it actually tells you which car's in your blind spot, and that really, really helped me. I'm gonna open this up. Here we go. So in order to get the glass up, you need to fully open the side door, and then you can get it up. Now, it's a really big spacious boot, nothing to really write home about, but there is a secret compartment. So let's just say you're on a trip, you're outdoors, and you really want something cold. Well, check out the secret compartment over here. This is cool because this actually drains. But one upgrade that I absolutely love is this roll cage Oh, it just looks sturdy and like it looks epic. Before we get to the inside of the car, there's actually 3 little gems that I want to show you. The first thing I want to show you is the Raptor sign. Now it's backwards because they want you to know and remember that you are in a Bronco Raptor when you're driving. So even though you can't see the cars behind you because this tire is so big, you'll be able to remember that you're in a Raptor. Right over here with our fuel tank, you've got a little short history of the Bronco, the most iconic Broncos, ending off with the 2002 model. The last hidden gem I want to show you is there's 4 dates printed on the side of these vents. And those are the 4 dates that Bronco won the Baja off-road race. Let's get inside. So inside we've got leather trim with vinyl seats. Now it's got something called a code orange, which is a theme that you're going to see throughout every single Raptor. Doesn't matter what color you have on the outside, you're going to have accents of code orange, whether you like it or not. On the door, we've got a Ford Performance, so you remember you're in a Ford. Everywhere throughout this car, they want to remind you you're in a Bronco, you're in a Raptor, you're in a Ford. Steering wheel, we've got our beautiful Bronco, and it's pretty much the first thing that you notice. The steering wheel is just like so much heavier and bigger. This thing is really nice to grip and hold, and it's definitely a lot more bolder than the old model. We've also got a lot of different little things on the steering wheel. We've got exhaust, we've got suspension, steering, as well as this R button. If you guys have a look at this, this is actually to personalize your own driving mode, which is really cool. We've got magnesium paddles over here, which are really nice. Everything in this car just feels like it's meant to be pushed, like it can like withstand a good pushing. Like nothing's really too finicky, which just shows that this is a beast. So I want to show you the upgrades they've made to the gauge cluster. So let's turn the sky on. As you can see, we've got full electric with everything you need on here. And like I said, you've got all your switches right at your fingertips, and they're nice and beefy, which I really, really like. In order to change the modes on the car, and I want to show you the really cool graphics, they've got the GOAT mode dial right over here. So let's give that a turn and let me show you the really cool graphics. Now, it's telling me that the car's on and I don't have my seatbelt on. So even though this is a luxe package, the seatbelt as well as the carbon fiber details that you'll find inside actually are extras. Come have a look at the gauge cluster. So we've got our GOAT mode dial. Now, GOAT doesn't stand for greatest of all times. It actually stands for goes over all terrain, and I can't wait to get driving and actually start going over some terrain. But before we do that, let me show you the upgrades on the mode selector. So we've got all of our standards, our rock crawl, we've got our Baja mode, super cool, as well as our normal, we have our sports mode, but this is the extra. We've got tow haul, which means that this car is actually, it's a freaking beast. So I'll put it in perspective. The last Bronco could tow 3,500. This tows 4,500. So I spoke about the code orange that's in this car. It's not only on the seatbelt, but pretty much everything that moves. So you've got it on your GOAT mode dial stitch. There's some stitching over here in the gears. We've got it on our air vents that move. We've got it on our beautiful Bronco logo right over here. Steering wheel, and also on the passenger side, door handles with that little storage bin. I feel like it's too small to call it like a storage bin. Looks like you can just like hold up newspaper. I don't know what you can fit in there. So we've got a 12-inch touchscreen that comes inside. Nothing too fancy, nothing to write home about. It does everything that you need it to do. So we've got some off-road buttons up here, and we're going to be using this one a bit later to do some really cool turns. And this is trail turn assist. And it's so cool, our very own Sergi decided to do a dance to it. Now, because this car's made for off-roading, we've got a special feature right over here, and this is for your GoPro. So you can film everything while you're going. Up here, we've got our aux. So what's cool about the aux is this one actually links to the front fog light that I showed you guys earlier, but the rest, you can actually program them yourself and add whatever you want in, and you've got ports to put them in. Fun. Moving down, we've got our wireless charging pad. We've got our Ford Performance stamp right over here, so you remember that it's a Ford. We've got our American flag on our gear shifter and some storage. Storage isn't, if I can open it, there we go. Storage is actually quite deep. It's like half my arm. Okay, it didn't look quite deep, but it's quite cool. And these are our window buttons, and there's a special reason why all the window buttons are in the center and not actually on the doors. Now, it took me a while to get used to the fact that the window controls are in the center, but it all makes sense because this car's pretty freaking sick. Now, there is something I'm not that happy about. Let me jump over and show you. So let's just say we're off-roading, right? And I'm the passenger. If I'm sitting and my driver is going crazy, I have this bar and this bar to hold on to. It kind of feels like my face is way too close to this glove box for my liking. I would have preferred even though this is beautiful logo, I'd have preferred a bar right over here that I could hold on to. I'd feel a lot safer, but we've gone old school. Let's go to the back seat. Pretty comfortable. There's enough space. The seats are really upright. Let me show you. They're really upright. I feel like there's no really, you can't really relax, but what is cool about these back seats, they're called stadium seats, which means even though the front of the car is high and you feel like you're watching over everyone, the back seats are even higher, so you've got a full view of all the action that's taking place in front. Now, like I said, we've got our window controls in the front. We also have some power outlets over here and a lovely sign that reminds us that this is not a step. Now, I'm going to show you why that is important and why you can't use it as a step and why you would actually want to use it as a step. But first, let's look at these doors. These doors pretty much have nothing on them, and there's a really good reason for that. That's because in beautiful Bronco fashion, they come off, and it's super simple. There's a toolkit in the car that you get, and there's a screw over here on top, a screw over here at the bottom. You unplug this guy, Bob's your uncle, the door's off. But that's not the only thing. Come check this out. This is the moment I've been waiting for. We're gonna take the roof off and hit the road. So the front clips off. The back, you will actually need to use the tools for, but like you can see, it's actually pretty simple to get it off. And just like that, I've taken apart the Bronco. I'm gonna need some help. Adam, can you hold my roof, please, while I take it apart? My beautiful manager, Adam. Okay, I'm gonna take the rest of the roof apart. How quick and easy is this? This is really cool. So I told you that there's a reason that it says no step on this little box over here. And that's because it's probably so tempting, I know I would be tempted, to actually get on it, use it as a step. I don't know what I'm doing. And put my head out the window. Adam! Take this one. Okay. Last one. Okay, here we go. I feel like I'm going African style. I'm gonna use my head. At least my head's good for something. This hair. Wait, am I stuck? I think I'm stuck. Wait, oh, it needs to come all the way out. Okay. Ta-da! Okay, I'm gonna need someone to grab this. Are you okay? Do you have it? Okay guys, our Bronco is topless. Let's hit the road, or should I say the off-road? Tops down, let's drive. I think we'll go Baja mode. Woo! Oh my God, it feels so good driving with the top down and the windows down. This beast has 418 horsepower, twin turbo V6 engine, and I'm about to get it out of normal driving mode into Baja mode. Where's our Baja mode? There she is. Let's go off-road. Oh. Wow! I don't know, because this roof is down, my first reaction is to want to put my hands out the window, or out the roof, should I say. But I'm being safe, I'm keeping them on the steering wheel. Oh, shit. Oh my gosh, way too much fun, guys. Okay, make sure to comment and subscribe, and of course like this video. Enough said, I'm out.